So years ago, I overdosed twice in 24 hours. And when I got to that point, I found myself asking, how did I get here? When I got to this point, I was living in my car because I had burned every bridge in my life. I had been engaging in criminal activity that had victimized the people that I love most. And I never intended to be that person, but the opioids that I was using took me down that path slowly. But the one day I got up enough money to go buy what I thought was heroin. It turned out to be fentanyl. And then the next thing I remember, there were firefighters and EMTs standing over me, and the door was shattered into a million pieces. In my addicted brain, I decided that I was gonna leave the hospital early because I didn't want to be there and I didn't want to be sick. I went back to the same dealer whose drugs I had just overdosed on, and I overdosed for the second time in 24 hours. And then they called a narcotics detective of the Fort Wayne Police Department, a veteran of the force. This officer asked me if I wanted help, and after some conversation and kind of going back and forth, I decided that I did want help, and that's when he got me help, and he was able to get me to a treatment center where I met Mickey, Adam, and Justin. And when I met them, they were people in long-term recovery. So they had been where I was. And when I met them, they didn't judge me. They didn't shake their finger in my face and tell me that I was bad or that I should even stop doing drugs. They just asked me if I knew why I did drugs, and I wasn't even sure why. But they helped me through that, and they helped me get to the core issue. We always talk about that, drugs aren't the problem, it's a symptom of the problem. And I never knew what my real problem was until I met Mickey, Adam, and Justin. And they were able to help me find out what was going on underneath the surface in here. And that's what made the real difference for me. I learned that it's not about being strong enough, it's about surrendering and saying I can't do it on my own. And when I met those three, I finally felt comfortable to surrender to somebody and say, I can't do this, will you please help me? I got sober, started my recovery journey in 2017. And then in 2018, early 2018, March 1st of 2018 to be exact, the three of them opened Fort Wayne Recovery. At that time, I was about 9 months sober, and they told me that they wanted to open a facility similar to the one that I went to that they worked at previously, but they wanted to open it up here in Fort Wayne. So I accepted their offer to come work, and slowly but surely it transformed into a career and a part of my recovery. So in 2020, they opened Allendale Treatment, which is our inpatient detox and residential. And I've continued to work for them, and we've grown beyond what we all ever imagined. For anyone who's out there that feels like I did, sitting on that couch, lost, broken, confused, no matter what you've gone through, no matter what you've done, there is hope, there is redemption, there is a path out. You just have to take those steps. There's no judgment from us here at Allendale Treatment. We care about people for who they are. We want them to be their authentic selves, and we want to restore them to their family. Every depth that you've gone to or could go to, myself and someone that works here has been there. Today, take back your power, pick up the phone, reach out to somebody. We're here to help.